Worst case scenario, you can take your skin, which may be beautiful and even colored, and make it look patchy and uneven. Dark skin is beautiful skin. Whether you're Asian, Latinx, African American, or something other, your skin has more melanin in it than lighter skin. But that doesn't mean it's not as beautiful. All skin tones have beauty. However, if your skin is of a darker color, then there are certain do's and don'ts that you must be aware of. Let's go through 5 of the most important of each. If you have lighter skin and you get a pimple, it turns red, and within a week or two, any signs of that pimple are often gone. If you have darker skin, you know that that is not necessarily true. If you get a pimple, then that area can turn dark, and that dark spot can persist for many months. This is called PIH, or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. When skin contains a higher amount of melanin and there's inflammation in that skin, it can deposit melanin in that area, creating a dark spot. And that dark spot can take many, many months to go away. So if you have darker skin and you've developed PIH from, let's say, pimples, from inflammation, or even from a skin treatment, then my recommendation is to use skin brightening creams. Some of the best safe skin lightening creams include ingredients like kojic acid, niacinamide, and licorice root extract. Look for these ingredients in the brightening creams that you use. Hydroquinone is the most powerful of the skin lightening creams, but I don't recommend that you use it if you have darker skin. And the reason why is that you can develop a condition called ochronosis. Ochronosis was a condition that was originally described in people of African descent, where they used hydroquinone or other types of products and developed a darker pigmentation of their skin afterwards. It can actually create dark patches of the skin that can look unsightly and the exact opposite of what you wanted starting out. So if you've got darker skin, stay away from the hydroquinone and stay with kojic acid, niacinamide, or licorice root extract. If you have darker skin and you're going to go to a med spa or a doctor's office to get an invasive treatment like a chemical peel, stay with the lighter treatments like lighter chemical peels that don't have much downtime. This way you know that the risk of PIH or unwanted excess pigmentation is going to be very minimal for you. So that means that you should also deep chemical peels in darker skin can be very, very risky because these types of deep chemical peels can create significant inflammation of the skin. You can get PIH and once again, dark patches after the procedure. Possibly worse than that if the chemical peel goes really deep and actually damages the melanin of your skin. You can get the opposite. You can actually get lightening of the skin. This can look very unnatural and may even be irreversible. So if you're thinking about chemical peels, stay with the lighter ones, the lunchtime peels, or maybe ones with a day or two downtime tops. Definitely talk with your esthetician or your doctor about these concerns before you have anything done. Take a peek at this video of a woman who underwent a deep chemical peel. You can see she has darker skin color and darn, she has gotten some quite bad pigmentation problems afterwards. People who have darker skin often have more oily skin than people with lighter skin. Oil cleansers can actually be very good for darker and oilier skin because that oil cleanser can actually get into those pores and clean them out much better than a water-based cleanser. So if you've got darker skin, your skin is a bit more on the oily side, I encourage you, try an oil-based cleanser, especially if you're trying to remove makeup. You may find that your skin feels cleaner, yet not stripped of its essential oils afterwards. On the flip side, you may think, well, geez, I've got oily skin. Shouldn't I use an astringent or an alcohol-based toner to get rid of that excess oil? Well, actually, the opposite can happen. Initially, when you remove that oil with an alcohol-based toner or a strong astringent, your skin may feel kind of clean and squeaky tight. But unfortunately, that lack of oil can cause your skin to be triggered to release even more oil afterwards. So although your skin may feel squeaky clean after getting rid of that oil, you may find that the oil gets worse and you create this cycle of cleaning the oil off and worsening it afterwards. Would you like to look 5 or 10 years younger, but you don't want to go under the knife or needle? Well, what if I told you that you could use your body's own natural regenerative abilities to turn back the clock in a major way? Yes, it's a process called autojuvenation, and it's the culmination of 20 years of me being a holistic plastic surgeon. I reveal this groundbreaking approach in my new book, Younger for Life. In this step-by-step guide, I show you how, through simple changes in diet, activity, and skincare, you can reap huge changes in your skin and look younger than ever before. I teach you how to reverse the aging process by combining intermittent fasting with autojuvenation promoting foods. A simple skincare routine that can keep your skin looking young and healthy for the rest of your life. Best practices for sleep, exercise, luxurious thick hair, beautiful teeth, and mindset. Everything you wanted to know about non-surgical treatments like Botox, fillers, red light treatments, and much more. And a simple 3-week program to jumpstart your autojuvenation process to look and feel amazing. This is the book other plastic surgeons don't want you to believe because it will keep you out of their offices. Check it out at autojuvenation.com and receive a ton of free gifts, including a $30 gift certificate for skincare and supplements, a companion recipe book, and much more. Why wait to turn back the clock? Please order Younger for Life at autojuvenation.com. The link is in the caption below. There are certain cosmetic treatments in doctor's offices and med spas that are colorblind. And these are treatments that can bypass the upper layer of the skin so you do not get inflammation of that skin layer and therefore you avoid PIH, but can still do their work below the surface. Some of these treatments utilize radio frequency and others may utilize ultrasound therapy. The benefits of these treatments is that they leave the surface skin intact so you do not worry as much about inflammation and PIH. On the flip side, strong laser treatments can do the exact opposite of that. Lasers function to create heat by focusing on a certain color. Usually that color is red or brown. So if you've got darker skin and somebody is using a laser that targets the color of your skin, then it can create heat throughout your skin itself. There are also lasers that target the color of water, in which case the skin is made up a high percentage of water and it will create heat into the entirety of the skin. All of these types of laser treatments create inflammation, and in darker skin you can get, yeah you know, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Now there are lunchtime lasers that can be very safe for people with darker skin, but anything stronger than that, you really want to have a long discussion with either your esthetician, your nurse, or your dermatologist. Worst case scenario, you can take your skin, which may be beautiful and even colored, and make it look patchy and uneven. This is probably the most important do if you've got darker skin. It is so important to realize it is a myth that darker skin colors do not require sunscreen. Now, while you may not burn from the rays of the sun, you can get premature aging and you can get sun damage that can result in skin cancers. So just because you're not getting burned, it doesn't mean that your skin is not getting major damage from those UV rays, especially to the DNA of your skin cells. There are many people who are African American, who are Latinx and Asian, who develop skin cancers. However, it's also important to realize that mineral-based sunscreens can be pretty difficult for people with darker skin colors. These are typically made with titanium dioxide or zinc oxide, and they can leave behind kind of a whitish hue. Now, holistic physicians and holistic experts are typically big fans of mineral-based sunscreens because they just sit on the surface of your skin and block the sun's rays. Chemical sunscreens are actually absorbed into the skin and they protect the skin by absorbing those UV rays, not necessarily blocking them out. The problem is that there are a couple of chemical sunscreens that are pretty controversial, and those are octinoxate and oxybenzone. These are considered by some doctors to be potential hormone disruptors. So if you've got darker skin and you don't want to use a mineral-based sunscreen because you don't want your skin color to change significantly like that, then I would encourage you to look for a chemical sunscreen with ingredients such as avobenzone. Avobenzone and Mexoryl are just two of the chemical sunscreen ingredients that most holistic practitioners feel very comfortable with. And if you've got darker skin, they're not going to make your skin look lighter in color. So these are 5 do's and don'ts for darker skin. But what if you're using skincare and you're finding that it's just not working for you? Well, I've got a list of 5 reasons why your skincare isn't working for you. If you're applying it and you're not seeing the changes you want, I may have the answer for you right up here. And remember, eat real food, use clean skincare, and auto-juvenate before you operate.